I'm taking the plunge and going into business, finally, I've decided. Doing, well, the kind of things I do on the channel, basically. Building things, making things, transforming spaces, I suppose. Working with my hands, essentially, which thus far has just been a hobby for me. I know people sometimes speculate in the comments about what I do for a living. Maybe I already work in the trades or something like that, but I do not. I have said this in replies to comments. I work behind a desk, answer emails, look at spreadsheets, that kind of thing. I won't bore you with the details, but I don't do that with any great joy. Like many people, I just kind of fell into it one day and couldn't get out. But in 2026, I've set the goal of stepping away from the desk life and trying to build up a family business. Forbes & Son Renovations is the name of my business. And I realized as I say that I've never actually said my own name on the channel before. It's not because it's any great secret. I just never really thought it was that important. I know some people think the channel name is my personal name, Avon, which means river in Welsh, but it's not my name. It's just something I picked as a channel name a long time ago. However many years this channel's been going, I've never said my own name, but Forbes is my second name, my surname. And I am the Forbes in that, not the son. The son is my son, who sits back here in this seat, so he won't be really doing a great deal. But it's just a family name. Other family are not involved. My dad also sits behind a desk, but he actually enjoys it, weirdly. I would like to get my brother involved and would call it Forbes Brothers Renovations, but he actually lives in Australia, so it's not very convenient for that. But one day, if he ever moves back, then maybe I'll get him involved. I think he's better at this kind of stuff than I am. But for the time being, it's just me and my mascot, essentially, my son, who is a baby and doesn't really do a great deal of work. Not only on this channel have I not mentioned my name, I haven't mentioned that I have a son. Yeah, I have a baby who was born about a year ago now. If you've seen any of my videos in the past year or so and thought, wow, he looks really tired, that would be the reason why, or the main reason why. I know I think that when I edit my videos. I don't really expect this channel to generate any real leads. You never know, but I guess the thing is a lot of people obviously watch from around the world, and although that's great from one perspective that you get lots of people following and watching from 5,000 miles away, obviously from the purpose of generating in-person business that I have to deliver at somebody's address, that's not very useful at all, that most of you live 5,000 miles away. A sensible person would try and monetize and build a business from an online following by developing some kind of online product. That's what people do, don't they? They develop things and web products, online products to sell, but that's not really my thing. So instead, I'm doing a business that caters to about 1% of my subscribers potentially, and even then, they do not necessarily have work to do or have the money to pay for work or anything. But anyway, if you do happen to live in the UK and you're looking for people to do work around your home or garden, then do get in touch. My contact details are on the website. forbesrenovations.co.uk is the domain. I was surprised that was still available, actually. And the email and the business WhatsApp are on there. I probably will cover quite a wide area: South, Mid Wales, Welsh borders, Bristol, Bath, Somerset, maybe parts of Wiltshire. It really depends on the job. But if you or someone you know do live in those areas and are looking for people to do work around your home or garden, do get in contact. I mean, there are some things I wouldn't be able to do, partly due to lack of skills and experience, partly due to lack of capacity at the moment. It's just me at the minute. I haven't invested lots of money in sort of, buying expensive equipment at this point. I'm just feeling my way into it, starting at a small scale. I don't even have a van. I'm just working out of this car. It's my family car. I'm working with the tools I've accumulated over sort of last few years mostly. But there's quite an extensive setup in the UK for hiring bigger machinery, like small plant machinery, mini diggers and whacker plates, things like that. So it's quite easy to use that kind of thing without buying them, which is, I think that's the sensible way to go. I picked the perfect time for it, with the UK most likely on the brink of quite a big recession and energy prices about to go crazy. But I guess if you wait for the perfect economic conditions to start a business, then you never would. And you just have to go for it. It's quite low risk from my perspective. I'm still doing bits and pieces of my regular office work. I'm doing a couple of small jobs, just repairing some decking and doing a bit of a patio restoration, repairing this outdoor studio shed space. And I am hoping to work indoors and outdoors, doing landscaping and indoor renovations. Although I do realize that is quite uncommon. You don't see a lot of businesses that do that. Maybe that's a mistake to try and pitch myself in that way. But I feel like I can do a broad range of things. Apart from word of mouth and potentially getting a couple of leads off YouTube, we will see. I don't know. My main marketing strategy is really much more analog. I'm going to get some basic flyers made for me, designed for me, and then I think I'm literally going to walk door to door in certain areas, different towns and places, and just knock on people's doors. I'll probably take my son with me, have him on my backpack carrier, literally introduce myself and say what I'm doing and see where that goes. I just think from my perspective, that's better than just posting flyers or having letters sent, because we all have businesses. I have, get flyers put through my letterbox and sent to me and so on. But if you ask me what flyers I've received in the last month, business flyers through my letterbox, I couldn't possibly tell you. But if somebody knocks on your door and just says hello, obviously some people might be annoyed about that and resistant, and that's fair enough. But a lot of people, won't mind if I knock on their door and have a chat for 1 minute. So I think that will be my main way to try and get business. As I say, all my regular stuff, this won't be affected. I'm still working on it, still digging. I've started doing some landscaping out the front of the old ruins between the steps that I rebuilt and the archway. I've taken up that old path. I'm going to relay it and do bits and pieces out there. So that video, I'm hoping to have that done probably by the end of May. In fact, my brother, who, as I say, lives in Australia, is visiting the UK in May. I'm going to ask him to give me a hand and finish that off and try and speed run some work up there. But I'll see you at the next video, guys. Thank you. Bye.